I want to talk a little bit about Arc Raiders. So, for those of you who don't play video games, Arc Raiders is an extraction shooter. You get dropped into different maps and you find loot. That loot you can sell or use to make things, such as weapons or med kits and other various items, grenades, things like that. And there's a PvP and PvE aspect to it, or PvPvE, player versus enemy. And for the most part, for me, my experience has been nothing but player versus enemy. I've come across some players who do try to engage me in PvP, but it's only been like maybe 4 people. I've been playing this game about a month now. Everybody else's experience that I've seen, it's pretty funny because they're either the one antagonizing people or they're the ones getting killed. And the funny thing about it is, because that hasn't been my experience, it feels like we're playing 2 completely different games. I understand that there's I guess, some kind of system in play where if you're more aggressive towards players, those are the kinds of matches that you're going to be in. Now, that could just be a common misconception, and people are getting lucky and ending up in those kinds of matches. But I'm pretty passive. I like to help out other players. My first like 2 games, another player came up to me and gave me some epic gear for nothing. I told him I hadn't found anything. He was like, "Here you go," and he took off running, disappeared in the woods. It was actually pretty funny because after that, I took it upon myself to try and be as helpful as possible. But this game really does test you. Like, it tests your patience. Oh my God, the amount of times that I've died to just fighting the Ark on some BS. Like, running around in a certain area, there's nothing in the sky. All of a sudden, a bombardier just starts launching rockets at you, or getting killed by the Hornets because you're running away from the other ones. Oh my God. Anyway, my experience with that game has been pretty fun, though. I do enjoy playing it. It does test my patience from time to time, but I like a challenge. It gives me the same kind of feeling that playing Souls games gives me. And I like that. It's a real test of patience for a reward that you may or may not get. But when you do get it, that feeling is amazing. But besides that, I did want to talk about my first impressions for Fallout Season 2. So I watched the first 2 episodes so far, and I just want to say that Maximus, he has come a long way. Like, his story arc is really starting to show more and improve, and it's crazy to see how he's changed from the first season till now. I mean, he did had a big transition in the first season from being all about the Brotherhood to damn near abandoning them because he found life in a vault to be more desirable, which is understandable. There's no war, there's no problems. You just have your function, you get to exist. Other people are there too. You don't have to worry about raiders, super mutants, death claws, or the NCR or anybody else. Who wouldn't pick that? But seeing how life was for him as a kid in that second episode, where you get to see Shady Sands, and it broke my heart. Which I'm sure those of you who've seen it did the same for you. Lucy McLean tried my patience at every step these first 2 episodes. Oh my God, I have never been so upset at a character before. Like, I get she means well. I get the golden rule, what she was taught, what she understands as the world to be, because she says she realizes that the world now is in a good place, but there can still be some good in that place, which I completely agree. But at what cost? 2 different times, the ghoul almost dies because of her. And he's trying to help her find her dad because her dad could possibly tell him what happened to his family. It's been 200 years and he hasn't had any kind of contact with anyone who might know something. And that could change a man. He went from being a normal person to being a creature, not quite human, but not quite dead either. And the only thing that staves off his ferality or feral nature is doing drugs, doing different chemicals to try and keep it off, to keep that edge off. Because if he turns, there'll be nothing of him left and he'll never find out what happened. Lucy, Lucy, Lucy. Because you want to do the right thing, you're going to cost that man that. And he needs at least that. He deserves that much. With everything that he went through pre bombs dropping, his wife lying to him, making moves behind the fucking closed doors and in the shadows, him not being a spy, but Moldaver convincing him to spy on his wife to find out what's really going on. The fact that there's two Robco Mr. Houses, there's two Robert Houses, but I think one of them is actually Anthony House. I think the one that's in the forefront showing his face to everybody is Anthony House, the brother, and Robert House is the one that we get to see in season 2, episode 2, watching him on TV because they have the same outfit on, same kind of aesthetic, same mustache. And of course, he is dabbling in robotics, some kind of mind control chip, which might have been the early stages of the creation of the death clause and how they were being able to be controlled by the United States military when it happened, because they're not native to the wasteland. I mean, they are now because they've been breeding, but they were created, engineered in a lab. So who knows? Hopefully we'll get the answer to that. But what I am hoping that we get to see are super mutants, because the FEV serum that was supposed to create super soldiers ended up creating super mutants, and they've been creating more and more of each other. So seeing some intelligent ones would be dope. In season 1, when we're at the Enclave facility, you actually get to see one briefly on a gurney, but other than that, we haven't seen one. It was dead. We haven't seen one alive. So that'll be pretty cool to see. The Brotherhood of Steel, though, what the fuck is going on with them? Absolute units of men, but not in a good way. Like, these dudes are barbarians. Even the ones that understand order and the way things are supposed to be in the Brotherhood, still barbarians. Like, y'all motherfuckers kill each other for sport. Tripping. I completely understand why you didn't want the Brotherhood of Steel from the Commonwealth to come down there and be involved in what you got going, because you already know, because the factions are split. For those of you who don't know, the Commonwealth area of the United States, they have their own chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel, but they don't fuck around. The ones on the West Coast are all separated and fractured. It's kind of like that throughout the United States, but the Commonwealth, they're the only ones that are actually together. So their involvement in the Brotherhood of Steel trying to take back the wasteland needs to happen. But these barbarians don't want that. I wonder why. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, as the story goes on, we'll see how it unfolds. I can't wait to watch episodes 3 and 4. I know episode 5 just came out, so I'm excited. I got some more stuff to watch, some more things to do. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you haven't watched the show, check it out. It's on Amazon. Pretty good. Not even gonna lie. And if you wanted to learn more about the lore of the Fallout universe, there are other channels that are dedicated to just that, like Oxhorn. His channel's pretty dope. I learned quite a bit about how the Nuka Cola thing went down, all the different flavors, Sunset Sarsaparilla, which is another drink that you can get in game, um, and a bunch of different vaults. My favorite vault experiment was the one that I came across in Fallout New Vegas, the Gary Vault. If you don't know what that is, look that up. The Gary Vault was a creepy ass experience. Got people running up to you trying to stab you, going, Gary, Gary. I think what made it creepier was the fact that all of them only could say that one thing. They were an experiment that went awry. They were cloned over and over again from a guy whose name was Gary, but they devolved so much so that all they could say was Gary. So imagine a murderous vault full of the same guy, and all he says is Gary.